Why does it feel so cold inside my heart tonight? Be my man is what she said. It's not just the wind that's moving round tonight. But quick and clean don't make it right.
Often when you're out in the bush, you'll be coming along a big gully and you'll get a rubbish signal, or you'll get a signal and you think, oh, there's a good signal. Dig it, rubbish. Go about 2 feet, dig it, rubbish. And you dig 2 or 3 rubbish signals in a row and you'll think, bugger this. Pick up your detector, walk 20 metres and keep on detecting. Well, I've done it on a few occasions, on a lot of occasions, and it's well worth doing. Mark that spot down, have a bit of a look around, have a look at the signals you've dug. It's no good if they're Coke cans and aerosol cans or something like that. But if they're old relics from the gold rush, have a look around, and what you'll probably find is a spot like this up here. We're down in the gully, but up here, that pile of stones is the chimney from a hut. That's a hut site. Those stones there have been where they've built a hut, put a chimney on it, put a low-lying chimney on it, and had bark sides. So what I do, not on the same day because I don't want to stay in here, dig signals when there could be 2 easy bits down there, but I'll come back on a wet day, dig in, and then I'll dig every signal out. And what happens is, for a start, you'll take great big, a bit of broken pick and a bit of old chain and things like that. But you'll notice as you go, the signals get smaller and you'll start to get little brass tacks off sluice boxes and things like that. And then all of a sudden, you'll get a little tiny signal that's been masked by the bigger signals. It'll turn into be a bit of gold, because what they used to do, they'd prospect the gully, and when they decided this was the richest part, obviously, so no one would jump your claim, you don't want your hut way down on the creek and your unprotected gold up here. So they'd build their hut on the richest part, and sometimes when I go into a long gully, before I get down and walk along the bottom of it, I'll walk along the edges and scope out where the huts are and use those as my references for the best parts to detect. So what we do, we come out, dig all the signals off, and there's a bonus to this as well. You might be digging a signal, and next thing you know, up pops a token or something of more value than actual gold, a gold-filled relics. And even if you don't get any gold, you can go home and say to your mates, look at this, I found a leg iron off a bloody convict or something like that. Something of real social and historic value. So don't, when you get 3 rubbish signals or when you get a couple of rubbish signals, say, oh shit, this is too hard, I hate digging signals. Come back of a wet day, put your thermos in the car, every time there's a shower, hop in the car and have a cup of coffee, come back out, get 30 signals, get 3 bits of gold and 2 tokens, and you've had a bang up day. And that's where we're going today, to a spot that I've, as they say in the cooking shows, a spot that I've prepared earlier. So that's where we're going. Ant and I are going in. Ant's crooking the leg, but Ant's got to play the cards he's dealt.
That's it.
And well, it doesn't work out. I mean, I didn't expect it to turn out to be the 17th Malcolm Turnbull impersonator in Australia, but that's what's happened. So we're going to go into a spot I've had to go earlier, and then later on we're going to go on the Relics, because I went to a mining camp last week when Ant was having a garden party or whatever he does when he doesn't come here, and it was a really good spot. So by the end of the day, we hope to have a bit of gold and some relics. And that's not a bad day for 2 young blokes having a go.
That's it. Don't worry, Glenn, your invitation's in the mail for the next party.
There's a lot goes on behind my back, I tell you. Good on you, Ant.
Cheers, mate. All right, we're rolling.
So I'm looking through this way, am I?
Yeah. I have to do a bloopers episode one day.
Righto. Ant and I are out of the spot, and remember when I told you at the start, this is a spot that I prepared earlier. Up on that bank there was a hut site, and down in this gully that they've worked, right along there, and right along there as far as the eye can see, they've washed it back and thrown a lot of the sluice stones out, but they've washed it down on the angles, on the slopes as well. Ant's landed the signal here. It's just a bit better than a hot rock, and there's a fair chance there's a little bit of gold here in the rubbish and the stones.
Definitely worth the scrape.
So this bloke here, he's got a gammy leg and he's aged terribly, you know.
Oh, it's terrible, isn't it?
Just go slow down because it's pretty small.
Yeah, actually, I want to still in this. Clean this out a bit.
Yeah, that's a good idea, especially on the slope because
Yeah,
you can dig him out
roll down
and the weight of the gold will cart him down the slope.
Yep. Make a bit of room there.
So he's... That's it. Try that out before we take too much out in case...
He's just on top, eh?
well, I just reckon here where this dirt is,
Yeah.
he's on the move. Shit, I was bloody looking in the wrong spot. He sounds all right.
Yeah, it's still not bottoming out.
No, it's down to two things. It's lead shot or gold, I reckon.
Yeah.
Can you see him? Oh, geez, you got good eyesight.
Right there, have a look.
I'll do the close-up. Oh, geez, there's nothing wrong with your eyesight.
Is he right there?
Oh, I see him.
Just
Yeah, I see him.
Right
yeah.
there.
Look at that.
Tap on the screen and it'll put it into focus. I've got these gloves on.
Oh, right, yeah. Now I lost it with it.
There it is. There it is.
Oh, yeah, got him.
There we are.
There he goes.
Right
See that?
there.
It's a little tiny bit of gold. And then,
Jeez, it was pretty much on top, wasn't it?
yeah, well, that's what I was. When you had that signal, I was worried that if he was small, he'd take off. On the slope, they can be tricky to get.
It's pretty chunky.
Oh well, that's your first
Not
for
a
the
flat
day.
bit.
Answers away to an
Beautiful.
early lead.
Happy days.
Yeah. There he is. That's a good start. And
Very good start.
that's why I've been in here before and got gold. That's what we're doing here today. And I work pretty hard digging all the signals out. And that's why, so that you take all the rubbish signals out, you can get these little fellas. He's a happy man. We're happy men. That's good. That shows there's still a little bit left here.
Nice little bit.
There's a nice little bit. First one for the day. And I don't want to bang on about it, but get to where the hut sites are. You don't have to do it the day you find the hut site because you might be working along, find a hut site. Don't start it that day. Keep going on the gully in case there's a ½ ounce of free gold below the hut. But when you're in the right mood, come back, dig out all the signals. The 2 days I like to do it, a real wet day when you know there's going to be showers because you can keep close to the ute and hop in and out between the showers. Or if it's a hot day and you don't want to do a lot of walking around, pull the car up as close as you can, 2 water bottles, just dig signals and lay back in the shade when you don't feel like digging signals. You'll get a lot of stuff that's interesting and sooner or later you'll turn it into a bit of gold.
Yeah. One down. Let's see how many we get
Good on
today.
you, mate. Right, we're right below the hut site, and when I get talking about huts, quite often it's only an area like this where you see a few stones put together, but that square there, down to here, and across to here, and up to there, that's where the diggers lived when he's been working this gully. And as I said, they kept their bloody hut close to their workings so no one could jump their claim. And there was a lot of claim jumping that went on back in the day. You know, there was a lot of things went on that, same as it would be today. You know, Ant and I out here, Ant's got a good spot and next minute I'm edging in on him trying to get his. Now that obviously, big rubbish signal. That's blanked out, that's one that I haven't dug. There's a signal here.
Sounds a lot better.
Sounds better. I mean, it might be a bit of gold. It's more likely to be a bit of rubbish so close, but it's too late for us to try and film it after I've dug it. So, and sometimes when we only film the bloody ones that turn out to be gold, you get the impression that you know we're only digging 4 digs per day and getting gold. So it doesn't hurt to see how much rubbish we dig in a day. This ground is particularly red, and when I first started coming in here, Some of the other detectors really struggled with it. But it's been a good spot over the years. No, she's breaking out now. You can go and get a bag of chips while I dig this. But I'll dig him out anyhow because that's the example I want to make. Dig out the rubbish signals and stay in the one spot. Since you had the boosters on these, they're a little bit harder to pinpoint. It's not as bad a signal as I first thought, to be quite honest.
It could be just a big chunk of gold, Glenn.
It might be. Might be its problem there.
Got him.
Might be its problem. Still, keep me interested.
Here's to hoping.
Oh, big oh, big
Oh, Glenn, you bloody ripper.
Look at that.
Look at that. Oh,
Well,
shit.
Well, that just goes to show what the point, illustrate the point. Look at that.
Looks like those cockatoos. Kookaburras.
Even the kookaburras are laughing.
Oh,
Yeah.
you beauty. Wowee.
And that's right on the hut. There's the hut there. And that's why the bloke built his hut right there, because this was the richest spot. So when you're out in the bush and you go along the big gullies, if you see a hut site, get down below it. And if you get a lot of signals, hop up on the bank and have a look around and you'll find the hut site. And if you're like me, you might scrounge a few bottles, dig a token,
Here's a gander.
or get a bit of gold.
Oof.
Well, that was an unexpected bloody pleasure.
Yeah, especially when it started bottoming out.
Yeah, and
God.
then you know,
just-
when I got it out, I thought,
Jesus.
no, it sounds better than I first thought it was.
Yeah.
Because
Nice.
he's sort of a little bit longer, you know, he's giving a sort of broken signal like wood, you know, sometimes with a nail.
How much, Glenn? What do you reckon?
What's he weigh?
Yep.
2 grams on the
2
button.
Yeah, on the nose.
Yeah, on the nose, 2 grams on the
Yeah,
nose.
surely at least 2 grams.
I would hope so.
Great start. What a start to the day. Nice one, Glenn.
Yeah, and you know, it makes me laugh because I'd lost interest and, you know, it would have been, I wasn't dumb enough to walk away from him, but, you know, you say, oh, that's rubbish and walk away from him. And then someone else comes in and says, oh, there's a bit. And I've dug them out of other people's holes and I've no doubt people have dug them out of holes that
Yeah,
I've scraped and
100%.
lost.
Oh, well done. Well done, mate.
They're in between sugar ants and jumping jacks, and they're not over.
me they don't bite.
Oh,
So
these ones aren't bad. See, these aren't aggressive. You can stick your finger in there and you'll be all right. Oh shit! No, I'm no, I'm only pulling your leg. But they're everywhere, and ants right here. So it's only a little signal. But we'll see how we go. I'm perched up in the middle of them now. Disappeared.
where'd you go?
Get off me. Disappeared altogether. Righto, well. What was yours? Is that just a normal threshold noise?
Yeah.
Hold on a sec, I'll give it a go with mine again.
How's that? Your GPX5000 picks it up and mine doesn't.
It's not strong, but you would say it's a signal.
Yeah. Still in there.
I'm getting a little bit more rough with it than I normally would because I want to get it flat. It keeps saying there's a little tiny signal there. This is where the STC blokes thrive on this sort of gold, but then they pay the penalty because they might come into a spot like this and dig 50 bits of lead shot as well, and before they find a bit of gold. I think it's still in there.
Yeah, sounds like it.
I'm going to make a hole a bit bigger,
Bigger.
disturb the ants at the same time. Oh, what was that that I nearly squashed? What are you, mate?
I thought it was a scorpion. Watch out, watch your finger.
Get over there.
Jesus Christ. Don't do that at home, kids. I reckon it's still in there.
It's growing a bit.
It is.
We're just below where we got that one out of the red dirt. This is an elusive signal because it's so small. Right.
No more scorpions?
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah. Don't want to get bitten on the... Well, I don't want to get bitten on the hand by a funnel web spider or bitten on the funnel by a hand web spider.
Well, that's a definite signal now.
No, it's what I reckon.
But it's bottoming out.
Yeah, what I reckon was we were right on the edge of a little bit of rubbish, and what sounded like a nice little tiny signal is going to turn into a deep
Rubbish signal.
A deep rubbish signal, but who knows? We were wrong in a good way before.
Yeah.
And the answer.
Well, still not. Oh, lost it, haven't we? It's not bottoming out. That sounds good.
That sounds a bit better, doesn't it?
I still can't believe mine couldn't pick it up.
Yeah. Since we've had the boosters on there, the signals are a little bit harder to read. Right, so he's up there now. Right on top.
Surely that's got him. Yep. Yep. Alright, what do we got, Glenn?
On there.
Still can't see it.
No, mate, you think it's a bit of rust over you.
That nail.
Yeah, there he is. Little boot tack. Still shows us if there's gold there and a boot tack here, there's still signals to be had.
Yep, definitely.
Didn't
Still
get
around.
Didn't get eaten by the ants.
Or the scorpion.
Yeah, so if you do come out with us and you're watching us detect, just be careful I don't throw a scorpion in your stocks. Right, Ant, back into it, mate.
Cheers, Glenn, that's it. On to the next one.
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down.
Ant and I are on an old mining camp, and there's an open cut reef mine further up in the pines, and when they've ripped the ground and to plant the pines, they've ripped right through where the men lived. So there's signals all through the pines. We've changed our detectors. I've got the AT Pro, the Garratt. Ant, what's yours?
Equinox 600.
So what we're going to do, we're going to try and have a competition see who gets the best thing here in an hour. We'll put an hour in. We like digging relics. I know you blokes at home aren't that keen on when we're digging relics, but we like digging relics and finding stuff. So you'll get to judge who gets the best thing in the hour.
Place your bets now, people. Who's going to find the best thing?
And ladies, don't just pick an answer. Oh, and on that note, if you're watching this and your auntie says, geez, that Malcolm Turnbull's that handsome looking guy, give me a ring.
What do you got, Glenn?
Righto, Ant. This is the story so far.
What happened over there?
Broke my faithful friend that's been on with me for bloody years and
Glenn.
years and hundreds of trips. So
Thousands of ounces of gold
well,
being found with that.
a lot of fun there. So
Definitely. End of an era.
anyhow,
You switched detected, haven't you?
Where-
Detectors.
yeah, I switched detectors. I went back to that. I can, with the discriminator turned up, I can read the signals pretty well on this.
Being
You
the
and I-
professional you are.
Well, I've been doing a bit, but you and I are knocked in a bit of battle to see who wins the inaugural Conroy Trophy.
What? She's out.
Yeah, I saw her.
You saw us
Saw a
the
big
gold
rust.
sovereign, did you?
Yeah, I saw a bit of rust. Oh yeah, the big reveal. There it is.
There it is. Faithful gold button.
Little button, little brass button. But it's not a bad trick anyhow with that detector to pick that out of those bloody hundreds of signals through here.
Yeah, sure is.
Righto, Ant, empty your pockets out. We're going to have the judging now.
That's it.
Righto, Ant and I have been here about an hour on an old mining camp. We haven't set the world on fire, so don't expect any gold sovereigns.
Oh, you haven't done too bad, Glenn. You got a few
So-
nice relics.
These are my stars. Moon, button. That's my showpiece. I'll leave him to last.
Yeah, definitely.
That's another rough looking button. That's the first thing I found. This thing here, believe it or not,
It's a very nice looking buckle.
it is a buckle the same as a snake buckle. So the leather goes through there. It has a slide on it here with a little, and it hooks in like that. But the thing about this is, it was either a miner that was light in his loafers or a lady's, because
It's quite small, isn't it?
yeah, well, not so much small, but it's very ornate. You know, the snake buckles had a certain masculinity about it. It's hard to imagine, you know, oh, I'll go for a big day's mining, put on my fancy belt. I know I do. I do as well. So,
Sure do.
so maybe it was a great grandfather of mine. But yeah, so that's it. Believe it or not, that's a buckle. And I think it might be a lady's buckle, which would make it unusual on the diggings. But there's lots of blokes that dig lots of relics. The Coffee Bush Kid would be all over that. He'd be able to tell you what that is. So we'll bow to his expertise.
Let's see what
But that's
Andrew has to say about it.
my hour's work.
There we go.
Two buttons. That I think will win me the competition.
I think so, Glenn.
And there's and when you are around the diggings, I mean that's hasn't been used for anything barren. But often you'll find spoons, and they'll have been pinched in, and they've been used to put shift gold dust or small nuggets onto the scales. So if you find them and they're squeezed in like that with a point, that's what they've been doing with them. But that one, I think they've been doing nothing more than stirring the morning tea.
That's it.
Righto, Ant.
Alright, you hold the camera, see what I got.
Right.
You got it around the right way?
Right away. Yeah. Gave it away when I was looking at myself. Ant's sort of taking on the young Ned Kelly look now. He said he's not going to shave his beard till he finds a 10-ounce bit.
Alright, there's my first bit. And then I've got another one button.
Is that a button?
Yep.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
got holes in it.
All right, fair
From the
enough.
back, I haven't cleaned any of them up.
Yeah.
But they're all buttons. That's
Oh,
another
right.
button.
They
Another
look like,
button.
They look like threepences a bit, don't they? Like,
Oh yeah, I wish. But no, and that one's another button.
Is that a button? Oh, yeah. Because sometimes, you know, you'll get a coin that someone's put a bloody hole through it. That's a... Yeah, if I even had it anywhere close. That's the bottom of a black glass beer. So, from what we would say 1830s on, maybe even a little bit earlier.
Myself a little nail, and this was, I found this right next to where I was digging.
Anyhow, folks, what are we going for? The willow pattern, the beer, 4 buttons, or clearly the better stuff.
I think it's a no-brainer, Glenn. Thank you very much, but I appreciate the opportunity.
You appreciate the fairness of the judging. Yes. Yeah. So, yeah. But anyhow, this here is not too bad. I'm quite happy with that, and that'll clean up well. And the Coffee Bush Kid, if you're looking, you whack us a comment and tell us, give us a little bit of history on it if you know anything about it, mate.
Thanks, guys.
Good on you.
We're we still got to do the weigh-in.
No, we haven't finished it, have we?
Oh, have we? I don't know. Well, you've lost your pick.
Spot. What time is it?
All right, beautiful. Happy days.
Right out.
Let's go. Next spot, guys. All right, we're rolling.
Someone pulled a few stone heaps apart there.
Yeah, they have quite a few. I'll walk along here too.
Yeah, but you might as well walk along with a stick.
Exactly. Bloody hell, I can't believe it.
Righto, you turned on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Rightio, we got a problem. Ant's turned his detector on and
Not happy.
you can hear it. It's not happy. Here's a bit of aluminium can. There's an unsuspecting ant.
Aluminium can, like a huge can, nothing.
So,
I'm touching it.
so obviously he's got to go back to the doctor. We don't know whether it's the bloody
Coil
or the machine itself.
And there's some gold. Same, it doesn't pick anything up anymore.
So Ant's day's over, and probably week's over as well.
Oh, not happy Jan.
Yeah. Oh. There's the face of an unhappy man.
I'm gonna send this
Can't come
bloody thing back to mine now.
So poor old Ant's got to send it back. It's under warranty, but that's no good when he's crying in his cot.
Exactly.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I broke my pick. Ant's detector is packed it in. So we'll have a weigh in. I'm trying to cry, but there he is, poor little fella. You got to feel sorry for him.
Not happy.
Bloody, he doesn't hurt anyone. Anyhow, that's the gold game.
Oh my God.
And on that note, when I'm talking about detectors, if you're thinking about taking up detecting, don't rush out and buy one. There's plenty of detectors around. Your mate will have one, get a lend of his, or you can hire them, because it's not for everyone. You know, you'll get all excited and you'll think, oh yeah, I wouldn't mind going. And you watch Pickle and Peanut getting gold and you think, oh, if those can get it, I can get it. It's hard to find, so don't rush out and spend 7,000 or 8,000 and get a detector, or even spend 1,200 and get a gold monster, or 900, whatever they are. Get a lend of one, hire one, see if you like it, and then work out a way of getting one.
That's it.
So, because you'll have a few days you wish you didn't own it, and then if you hire it, you can just take it back. And if you lend it off your mate, you can keep it till he asks for it back. And if he's lending it to you, he won't be in any hurry to get it back anyhow. Righto, we'll have a weigh in a moment, folks.
That's it. Thanks, Glenn.
Rightio, Anna and I are our favourite part of the day if we have any luck. We've had a bit of a bloody setback. We'd had another hour or so in us, but for some reason Ant's detector has completely chucked it in. He couldn't find an anvil. It's making a threshold noise, but when you put the coil on, Ant put the coil on half an aluminium tin and it didn't give a signal, so you know how much chance you've got to find any gold like that.
Yeah.
So we're packing up early. Ant is going to go home and cry. So we'll have our weigh in, and we've got a few things to tell you about, so we'll have our weigh in and we'll have a bit of a yarn.
That's it.
Righto, this is one we got off to a flyer and got this the first place we went to, and there he is.
First bit, 0.4.
Which is funny because he's only a little tiny fella, he's 0.4,
Yeah.
And
I didn't think it'd be 0.4.
no, and yet
I
one
thought
day
it'd be
we went out
0.3 or
and we got
0.2,
two
but-
that looked as big as that, and they were only 0.5 between the two of them.
Yeah. So I guess it's a bit thicker than we thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy with that.
So we went back, we went further down along from where Ant got that one, and I thought I was digging a bit of rubbish, and I dug this one,
Yeah, that was
and
a great find.
foolishly I put him in the canister because he shrunk to half his size when he went in the canister. I thought he was about 2 grams when he went in the canister, and I'm backing away from that a bit now, but we haven't weighed him, so we'll see how we go.
1.4, 1.42. Go a little.
Go. He's actually shrunk. Anyhow,
He's
so
not bloody
just over 1.4. So whack your other one on there, Ant, please.
1.84 for the day.
So 1.84 for the day, and we feel as though we're at a funeral. I don't know why. I think the death of Ant's detector has shocked us all.
Yeah. And
So-
your pick, it's just
Yeah, and my pick chucked in. Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't chuck it in, poor old fellow. It'll be like me one day. I'll just go arse up. It's had too much work for its age. Rightio. So we've got 1.84. So we've got 2 bits of gold, and we're bloody close to home, so we haven't done too bad. And then when we were locked in the contest, I dug this belt buckle, and I've had a chance to clean it up a bit, and see it's got sort of a fleur-de-lis here, flowers and what may or may not be some sort of fruit, and you can just see a hint of gilt on it.
that's got to be a female.
Yeah,
I mean,
too right. Yeah, I mean, no.
I wouldn't wear something. I mean, you might wear something like.
I could
Glenn,
carry it
but-
off,
but
because with my sexuality,
off,
I could pull it off. You know,
I couldn't.
with your sort of ambient sexuality, Ant. So yeah, but no. So it's been a lady's belt, which in a way is a great find on the diggings. You know, because there's very little female stuff to be found. So that's one of our finds for the day.
Awesome.
I said earlier,
Find of the day, I reckon.
if anyone knows anything about it or likes to comment, have a
Let us
comment
know.
on that.
Yeah, be good.
Now, Ant's in charge of our public relations and our media, and he's got in touch with Mark Logan and his son Caleb, and they've got the bit of gold that.
Well, it's been sent off to them.
Been
Who
sent
knows how
off,
long
yeah,
it's
you
gonna
know,
take with,
not
COVID
going to-
and delays, etc.
Yeah, I wouldn't bag out the Australian Post down while you. It's in the hands of the gods.
Yeah.
Our contest winner, Jenko.
Jenko's gold. Yeah.
Jenko's gold. You had a first name for your Ant?
Craig
Craig.
from Jenko's
Good
gold.
on you,
yep.
Craig.
Congrats,
We were
mate.
bloody thrilled that someone that has been in with us for a while. Oh, we were happy for anyone to win it. But for all those that didn't win, don't panic because we'll have another competition soon. You know, first time I latch onto one that's worth giving away, we'll have another go. You know, so keep
Unless
following
I
us.
censor it out.
That's right.
As Pete said, I'm going to have to put a muzzle on you, Glenn. You run off script a little bit
Yeah.
and then we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, so we get another chance. So I like bloody the competitions, and I like giving stuff away because you can't put a trailer on a hearse. So I'll be just as happy to other people to have it. So first chance we'll get a decent little fella, and we'll have another competition or something like this. When we get a decent relic, we'll parcel that up, and people can play for that as well. So that's about it for the day. You got anything more, Ant?
No, that's it from me.
So if you're around Geelong, you'll probably have to wear a black armband this week until Ant gets his bloody detector working. And that's about the story of it. No more news. Rightio.
No, all good. Thanks,
Right,
guys.
all from Ant.
Thanks for watching.
And thanks for watching. Yeah, thanks for your comments. Ant said that if you gave me any more good comments, I wouldn't be able to put my head in the door. I want to refute that because I've always had a big head. Rightio. Good on you, folks.
Thanks,
See ya.
man. Good day, mate. Cheers.